Right now, somewhere in your day, you are going to get bored. Maybe you already have. Maybe you reached for your phone before you even finished that sentence. And here is the strange part. That reflex, that itch to fill the silence, it is not a flaw. It is one of the oldest survival systems your brain has ever built. Boredom is not empty. It is not wasted time. It is a biological alarm system wired so deep into your nervous system that it predates language, fire, and possibly even your species. So why does it feel so terrible? Your brain runs on one principle: survive. And for almost all of human history, stillness was not a luxury. Stillness was a warning sign. If you were sitting still, it meant no food to chase, no shelter to build, no threat to flee. In an environment that never stopped moving, stillness was likely to get you killed. So your brain evolved a punishment for doing nothing. That punishment is boredom. Psychologist John Eastwood at York University found that boredom is not the absence of stimulation. It is the desire for stimulation you cannot satisfy. Your brain is always scanning, always asking whether there is something more important you should be doing. When it cannot find an answer, it fires distress signals. Those signals are boredom, and your ancient instinct is to move, to act, to do something, anything. This is why you reach for your phone. Not because you are weak, because you are doing exactly what your biology has always told you to do. But here is where it gets strange. Researchers Sandi Mann and Rebecca Cadman at the University of Central Lancashire found that people who were made to do a deeply boring task performed significantly better on creative problem-solving immediately afterward than people who had not been bored at all. Boredom was not draining the mind, it was charging it. When you are bored, your brain shifts into what neuroscientists call the default mode network. This is where daydreaming happens, where you imagine future scenarios, reflect on yourself, rehearse social situations. It is the brain talking to itself. And what it is doing during that conversation is making connections, the kind of connections that produce your best ideas. Your ancestors needed this. The ones who could sit with the discomfort of stillness long enough to let the mind wander were the ones who thought to look somewhere new, who solved problems no one had solved before. You are the descendant of people who could tolerate boredom, which is why what is happening right now is so strange. For the first time in human history, boredom barely has time to do its job. The moment your brain sends out its distress signal, your hand answers it. Your phone delivers novelty in a fraction of a second, and your default mode network never gets a chance to run. Neuroscientist Mary Helen Immordino-Yang at the University of Southern California found that the ability to build a coherent sense of self, to understand who you are and what you value, depends on inward-directed brain activity. The quiet, the wandering, the apparent doing of nothing. Without boredom, you do not just lose creativity, you may lose yourself. The next time you feel that itch, that low hum of restlessness your body reads as intolerable, notice it. That is the alarm going off, and for once, try not answering it. Not because you are practicing self-control, but because somewhere on the other side of that discomfort, your brain has something to show you. Right now, somewhere in your day, you are going to get bored. And this time, you know what your ancestors never had to be told: that the discomfort is not a glitch. It has always been the point.